Matthew Coppera picked up 2 more goals last night in Arizona State's 6-3 victory over Notre Dame, while Irish captain Nate Clerman tallied his 2nd goal in the last 3 games. It's a clean slate tonight in this top 20 matchup. Game 2 between Arizona State and Notre Dame on Friday Night Ice. From the Compton Family Ice Arena on the campus of the University of Notre Dame, this is Friday Night Ice. Tonight, it's a top 20 matchup in Game 2 between the Arizona State Sun Devils and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Hi, everybody. Welcome inside the Compton Family Ice Arena. Tony Simeone, happy to have you with us. There was plenty of offense on display last night as these two teams combined for 9 goals. But ultimately, it was Arizona State that emerged victorious with a 6-3 win en route to their 3rd consecutive victory on the season. And as I welcome in my broadcast partner tonight, Kendall Coyne-Schofield, who is stationed just behind the glass. Kendall, it was an offensive explosion last night for ASU, and they did not waste any time getting the party started.
They didn't, Tony, and if there's a key to tonight's game, it's to start on time for both teams from the first drop of the puck, just like Arizona State did last night. They capitalized on a neutral zone breakdown of Notre Dame with 2 guys going to the same defenseman, and then right here, Jacob Wilson makes an elite shield, which allows Ryan O'Reilly to get this puck in the neutral zone with speed and put Arizona State on the board 11 seconds into the game. And they didn't stop there. The relentless pressure all over the ice. Look here, 5 guys back, which forces Notre Dame to make this turnover and allows them to go on a clean entry. Another key to this game is clean and controlled entries. They have a controlled entry here, which allows the puck to get on the hottest player on Arizona State's stick in Matthew Copperod.
Yeah, Coppera was outstanding last night with 2 goals. On the other side for Notre Dame, one thing they've really focused on this year is trying to get their defensemen more involved on offense. And that was a bright spot for them last night despite the loss.
It was a bright spot last night, and it was a bright spot last weekend against Michigan. They need to continue to utilize their defensemen to generate offense. Look at how low their defensemen are here. They're ready to shoot first and score. Right here, pause it right here. Look at Nick Lieberman. He's already in a shooter's position at this face-off win. He makes eye contact with Graham Slaggert. He's ready to go. He knows I get this puck to the net. There's a good opportunity. It's going to go in, and it does. Notre Dame needs to continue to generate offense from their defensemen. Their defensemen need to get pucks on net and not let anything get blocked tonight.
Notre Dame and Arizona State are set to take the ice in just a few moments. Last night delivered the goods on offense, and we expect more of the same tonight. It's Game 2 in a top 20 matchup between the Sun Devils and the Irish coming up next. Almost set to start Game 2 between Arizona State and Notre Dame. Kendall, both these teams have goaltending battles, and we're going to see both new goaltenders tonight. Cole Brady, the freshman, gets the start for ASU.
And Cole Brady is 6'5", and for how tall he is, he's very fluid with his movement.
So Brady gets the nod for ASU. On the other side, it's Dylan St. Cyr for Notre Dame after Ryan Bischel was pulled after giving up 5 goals in Game 1 last night. We're underway in Game 2 tonight between Arizona State and Notre Dame. The Sun Devils picked up a 6-3 victory in Game 1. And they are now riding a 3-game winning streak. This is a ASU team that lost their first 4 as Dylan St. Cyr handles that long-range puck. We saw Dylan St. Cyr a few weeks back, Kendall, when he got the nod. Here are his numbers. He's looking to bounce back after a rough weekend against Wisconsin in the opener.
He is. He gave up 5 goals and getting pulled in his 2nd game against Wisconsin. It didn't leave a good taste in his mouth, and he needs to prove that he's playing with an edge tonight and to gain that starting position for Notre Dame.
You know, we talked to both Jeff Jackson and Greg Powers going into this weekend just about how they're going to handle these 2 goaltending battles. They said they both want to try to identify a single starter going forward, but so far nobody's just been able to take that job. Nick Lieberman in his own zone trying to get the puck out to center ice. It's onto the stick of Solod Bakic for Notre Dame. is the second line for the Irish as the puck rolls around the wall, and Matt Hellickson slides it across for Lieberman. Hellickson playing his 122nd consecutive game for Notre Dame, tied for the most with Colin Tyson, as Bakic gets the shot on net, and Brady's able to flash his glove on it and keep it out. Puck in the corner as Pivonka is getting worked on. Puck comes back out onto the stick of Demetrius Kamunzis. And back come the Sun Devils, driving it in on St. Cyr, who gloves it down for Alex Steeves. That Hellickson's pass was deflected, but right onto the stick of Spencer Stastny. He'll spike it off the wall. Puck intercepted that time by Chris Grandeau. Grandeau then gave it away as the top line for Notre Dame goes to work. Here's Colin Tyson through the zone, gets a shot that goes just over the bar and deflects up off the glass. Back out the other way it comes for James Sanchez, a transfer from Michigan, so knows the Big Ten well. As the puck rolls around and it's settled down by Tyson. Back comes Graham through center ice, getting worked on as the captain, Nate Clerman, gets the puck, sends it deep, and the Irish will go for a wholesale change. Better start tonight for Notre Dame. After last night, ASU scored a goal in the first 11 seconds and picked up their second before the 2-minute mark. And they're making clean tape passes, which is leading to this better start and more puck possession in the offensive zone. Arizona State really shocked this whole building last night with that goal 11 seconds in from Ryan O'Reilly. They never looked back. They never trailed last night. Sun Devils held on for a win 6-3 in game number 1. Charlie Wraith has the puck and lays it back onto the stick of Zach Kluzinski. Back for Wraith, tries to stretch it ahead, connects well with Trevor Janicki. Here comes the speedy sophomore, takes it into the offensive zone, now throws on the brakes, weaves his way through, and finds Spencer Stastny, who shoots from distance. Brady's able to escort it off the wall, and it ricochets into the opposite corner. Janicki out to the line for Clerman, where his pass is tipped up and does not go out of play. Well, and Janicki starting where he left off last night. I thought he was the best player on the ice for Notre Dame, getting the most opportunities he could for his team. Janicki in his second year after 8 goals last season finally picked up his first of this season with a power play goal last night for Notre Dame. Grant Silanoff, freshman for the Irish, tracks down the puck, gets it out to Nick Lieberman. He shoots. Brady able to make the stop but can't cover it. Puck goes into the corner, where Jack Judson tracks it down for the Sun Devils. Matt Hellickson takes it and gets it ahead for Ryder Rolston, trying to go 1-on-3. Almost able to win that puck back before it's taken away by Willie Nierum. Nierum, 6'4", 225, but he moves well. Saw him all night last night, really create some good offensive chances for ASU. And he's a guy from Chicago, so I've seen him a lot, Tony. He's always been like that. A little bit biased for those Midwesterners. I know how it is. Well, Statsny with a good chance. Coach Jackson said the strength of our defense is their skating and mobility. There's a great chance for Statsny. Again, we talked about it in the open. The defensemen need to keep generating offense and keep jumping in the play and finding those soft areas all over the ice. Yeah, you did mention that in the open, Kendall. And as defensemen, how tough is it? Because you want to be disciplined and do your job defensively, but how tough is it to sometimes activate, maybe take some of those chances on offense? You just got to be willing to do it, and it's worth it if you score. Last night, as you pointed out, defensemen for the Irish were very involved. See if they can keep that up tonight. And if you have a third forward high, you're able to do it with confidence. And Notre Dame is one of the most structured teams in the NCAA, so it gives the defenseman confidence to jump. Here comes Max Ellis, has some speed to the neutral zone, does the sophomore. Tries to pull and drag his way through, but it was intercepted that time and taken by the captain, Jacob Wilson, for Arizona State. Gets it ahead for Jordan Sandu, and then St. Cyr tried to play it, almost gave it away in his own zone. Well, that's one of St. Cyr's strengths is his stick work, but not there. We'll see Dylan St. Cyr try to play the puck a little bit more than the average goaltender, as he was considering coming out to touch that last one, but Blazinski takes care of it and brings it out of his own zone. A very fluid first 5 minutes of this game. Not a lot of whistles as these two teams find their rhythm early here in game 2. James Sanchez carries it to the neutral zone. Works his way on his backhand, getting worked on by Charlie Wraith. He dislodges the puck, comes back out high. Onto the stick of O'Reilly. He couldn't get the shot through. It's taken away by Steeves, and the Irish have numbers. 3-on-2 developing. Steeves holds, shoots, and scores! Alex Steeves has the opening goal.
From a turnover on the half wall, Alex Steeves started this goal, and he finished this goal with a great entry. They had options, they had numbers, and he finishes it. Just such a phenomenal shot, low blocker. Started in the D zone with forcing the defenseman to turn the puck over. Just a phenomenal shot there, Tony.
Alex Steeves led this team in scoring a year ago. 28 points, only 1 goal through the first 5 games, but 16 and White is a talented skater and shooter. Had 11 goals last year. He has his 2nd of the season, and Notre Dame has something they didn't have last night, Kendall, and that's a lead that they can play with. As Landon Slaggert gets a puck in front, and he whacks it out of midair for goal number 2. Oh, just seconds transpire, and it's a 2-0 lead.
Oh, how the tides have turned here in 24 hours, Tony. Again, relentless pressure and effort. First collegiate goal for Landon Slaggert. He just keeps going. He never gives up on this play. He hits it out of midair. That's some hand-eye coordination right there from Landon Slaggert.
3rd-round pick of the Chicago Blackhawks. You're right. What hand-eye coordination to whack that one in. Incredible finish by the freshman, and now we've seen, like you said, the tables turned. Last night, Arizona State scored 2 goals in the first 2 minutes. Tonight, Notre Dame has 2 in the first 6.
Well, this is the response you want if you're head coach Jeff Jackson.
Hard to imagine Notre Dame coming out any better in the opening minutes. Now Stasny looking for more, goes back door. Oh, what a save by Brady as he keeps Rolston from maybe a 3rd goal in the last minute.
These Arizona Sun Devils look like they have been on the road for 22 days right now. They have to find a way to get their legs going. It's been a long 22 days, and they've extended their road trip to 36 days as they leave here and go directly to Penn State versus going home like they originally planned. So they got to find a way, because this road trip's only going to keep going from here.
Yeah, for those unfamiliar, this is a unique setup with all the different scheduling this year. Arizona State, as an independent, is playing as the unofficial 8th member of the Big Ten Conference. They're not included in the standings, but they're playing a Big Ten schedule. And so as a result, they agreed in this 28-game season to play 4 road games against every single team in the Big Ten. You can see right there what they've already done, Kendall. And as you pointed out, they've got more travel left to do on this lengthy road trip. They're not going home at any point. They are road warriors here throughout the month of November and December.
Yeah, and head coach Greg Powers said the guys are really getting to know each other. They're really enjoying each other. And I think it's showing in their play. You can see the smiles on their face. Maybe not right now, but throughout this road trip. They spent Thanksgiving together. And I think spending a holiday together definitely means family.
Oh, Copperhead got the puck off a puck that came loose from St. Cyr. Then a drive from the point that time by Tanner Hickey is kept out, as Arizona State had their best chance so far of the night. Here comes Copperhead. Had 2 goals and an assist last night. Now 8 points in his last 3 games, as this one's whacked off the wall and tracked down by Pavanka. Has Tyson as he tried to slip one to him, but a great defensive play by Gavito Janssens to break up the pass. Charlie Wraith, the defenseman, working down. Tried to drop one for Tyson, and it's taken away along the wall and driven back out to the neutral zone. Irish have a different pep in their step tonight here in game 2, as Steeves was looking to connect with Michael Graham that time, and the puck chips out of play.
Well, Jacob Pavanka has a great opportunity here, and it's because of a bad change by Arizona. He's able to pick up this puck and get an odd man rush.
Well, so far, it's looked like a different Notre Dame team tonight and a different Arizona State team tonight, Kendall. And you were talking about, you can look at that road trip one of 2 ways. And Greg Powers has said his team has really embraced it going on the road. But you figure at some point, this lengthy stint on the road, it has to wear on you to an extent.
It does. Staying in hotels, eating unfamiliar food, it does wear on you. But I think these players are so appreciative that they get to play hockey. They're appreciative of the athletic department at Arizona State, allowing them to be on a 36-game road trip. And I think that's been, really showcased through the passion that they play with.
That is one thing head coach Greg Powers made clear, that they were not going to use this as an excuse. They were embracing it, and they're just, like you said, happy that they have a chance to play under these unique circumstances. This puck is deflected all the way down into the Irish end. St. Cyr comes all the way out to play it, wants to stretch one up the length of the ice. Tape to tape to Trevor Janicki, who rips one on net.
And there's an example of Dylan St. Cyr being an elite goaltender with an elite stick right there, making that tape-to-tape cross-ice pass.
Now a drop pass for Lieberman, has his head up, shoots, deflects, almost ricocheted in. Rebound try from Slaggert is handled by Brady, and he smothers it with 11:42 left here in the opening period. Well, there is Greg Powers in his 6th season. And for those unfamiliar with Arizona State, there might be people even watching tonight that didn't know Arizona State even played Division I hockey. They've been Division I for 6 seasons, and they've really made a name for themselves these last couple years, Kendall.
They did, and he couldn't be more ecstatic to showcase how committed Arizona State is to their hockey department, committing a $115 million arena. It's scheduled to be done in December of 2022, and the fact that they're allowing them to be on a 36-game-day road trip shows the commitment that Arizona State has for their hockey program.
And they made the NCAA tournament 2 seasons ago. Before last season was canceled due to the coronavirus, they were certainly on their way. They were ranked in the top 10 at one point, had some huge wins last year, and then had a sweep last weekend. First time they swept a Big Ten opponent against Wisconsin last weekend, and then of course last night exploded for a 6-3 win over Notre Dame. They are a team that can compete at the highest level, and they're also missing their leading scorer in Johnny Walker.
And Tony, there's 6 guys on this team who are committed or played for other teams in the NCAA. So the fact that they've come here, they've committed to Coach Greg Powers, shows their trust within him and this program.
Yeah, they also have attracted a lot of talented transfers too. It's become a real destination for players to make a name for themselves, and they've been really competitive. As Rolston has the puck for Notre Dame, tried to connect with Pierce Crawford that time. It's taken away and then nearly taken right back, and it is Rolston collects it, shoots one towards Brady that he escorts into the opposite corner. Back across for Lieberman. This shot goes wide of the net, ricochets into the corner. Rolston in a battle that time that's won by Benji Eckerly, one of the freshman Sun Devils. Able to take the puck and connect with Hickey. This one's dumped in by Jax Murray, and an arm is up. A penalty is going to be called here. And it looks like it'll be a power play for the first time tonight.
Looks like it's going to be on Ryder Rolston for hooking.
Number 12, 2 minutes for hooking.
Head coach Jeff Jackson looking on as we'll get a look at that penalty.
I thought this was a great shift for Ryder Rolston. He had the puck, second and third efforts all over the ice, stick in the wrong place at the wrong time. Arizona State player goes down and he gets called for it. It's a tough call, but that was a great shift by Ryder Rolston in the offensive zone.
So the Sun Devils go on the power play, and this is an area they've struggled so far this year. Just 1 of 22 to start the season, as this one gets on St. Cyr, able to keep the first try out. Grando goes down, and then Klurman's able to clear at the length of the ice. 1 for 22. When you're going like that in a power play, Kendall, how do you break out as a team?
Well, sometimes you're just gripping your stick too tight. You've practiced it over and over again against your teammates. Someone's got to find a lane and find a circle, and we have another delayed call coming up here.
So now a chance to go 5-on-3.
Well, here's the first ASU chance. James Sanchez gets the puck in that goal-scoring position. He gets the puck through. There's traffic in front, but Nate Klurman does a good job making sure he's the first person on that loose puck.
Well, now it's going to be a 5-on-3 for ASU. This is a good look at the penalty, as they're going to send Nate Klurman to the box.
It's another tough call, Tony, but you got to roll with it if you're Notre Dame. And if you're Arizona State and you know your power play is struggling, you have to capitalize here. Someone to watch is Sean Doogie. He has yet to have a point this season for Arizona State, and he led Wisconsin 2 years ago.
Yeah, 15 goals in 2018-19 with the Badgers. Irish get a big face-off win and clear. Doogie is someone that Arizona State's expecting to contribute as this season goes along, despite the slow start. Golden opportunity here for the Sun Devils on a 5-on-3 for more than a minute. O'Reilly plays it for Sanchez. They go to Doogie behind the goal. Back out high for Senek. One-time drive as St. Cyr comes across and makes a big save.
That was a big save by St. Cyr, Tony. He got all the way from the left side of his post to the right side of his post. If he did not do that, that's a goal. Look at how low that shooter is. He's only 5'9", but he's quick. He makes up for his lack of size with his quickness.
St. Cyr's best save of the night keeps it 2-0 on the big one-timer by the freshman O'Reilly, who picked up the opening goal last night. Sun Devils win the face-off and go to work here again. 45 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Semek back for O'Reilly. This time doesn't quite connect on the one-timer. Irish can't clear, however. ASU keeps the puck. Semek takes a look. Back across, another one-timer. This one's saved, kicked out to Sanchez. They reload again. O'Reilly back for Semek. Now Sanchez down low for Doogie. Hellickson able to get to it, can't clear it out. Rolls along the wall, however. O'Reilly then backhands it, and Doogie takes it away. Here comes Sean Doogie. He'll take his time. Back for O'Reilly. Below the goal line, Doogie has it. Sanchez to Semek. O'Reilly works his way towards the middle, shoots just wide. 5-on-3 is over. Still 30 seconds left on a 5-on-4. Alex Steeves comes on the ice for Notre Dame. Sanchez carries it, drops it for O'Reilly, fires. St. Cyr saw it, made the save. Hellickson has it, spikes it off the wall. O'Reilly gloves it down and holds the zone. Sanchez didn't get through. Just 10 seconds left. Can the Irish get it clear? They can get it out to the neutral zone. Semek, though, wants to go as the Irish can only get one body off the ice. Copperud drops it off. Kamunzi's back to Copperud. Gets his own rebound. Stasny has it, and the Irish have killed both penalties. Now Steeves works his way through, sends it towards net, where Brady is able to get his paddle on it and escort it the opposite direction.
Well, killing off a 5-on-3 is a huge momentum shift for Notre Dame.
Pavanka tries to shoot one that deflects off the leg onto the stick of Kamunzi's.
And sometimes if you're struggling on the power play and you don't score on a 5-on-3, that's equally as draining.
See how the Sun Devils respond after not being able to take advantage of a really good chance. Their power play woes continue. Now 1 for 24 on the season.
And that's where you're really missing your top goal scorer, and Johnny Walker is on that special team unit.
Puck didn't get out. Nate Klurman takes it in, shoots from a tough angle. Brady is able to make the stop. And that stops play. Notre Dame has a 2-0 lead. 10 minutes into this one.
This season, Kia's got great deals on our new lineup of vehicles built to help you take on winter. Stop by your local Kia dealer and discover cars and SUVs loaded with advanced tech and safety features, all with our legendary reliability. So this year, you won't just cope with winter. You'll command it. Get 0% APR for 66 months, plus $1,000 holiday bonus cash or $2,500 customer cash on a 2021 Sportage.
These past few months haven't been easy, but they've reminded us there's no place like home.
Home has new meaning. Home means everything.
You need a loan, Daddy. It's for you.
We pray the world heals. Now is the time to put hands and feet to our prayers.
Hey, Jake from State Farm, man. Thanks again for the Rogers rate on my insurance.
Here's the deal. There's no Rogers rate. State Farm just has surprisingly great rates.
Look, I know you don't offer it to just anyone, okay?
We do offer it to anyone. Literally anyone.
Our little secret.
Oh. Yeah. Oops. I can help with that. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Arizona State's best chances have come on that 5-on-3 opportunity, but what a unique setup for this 5-on-3. They have Sean Doogie below the goal line. Now, I don't know what their objective is here, because if he's going to pop in front of the net, he's not the largest player to screen Dylan St. Cyr. Now, Dylan St. Cyr isn't the biggest goaltender either, but usually you have someone on that back door ready to hunt pucks. But that means he has faith in his shooters, in James Sanchez and Ryan O'Reilly on those flanks.
You were quick to point that one out, Kendall. I've not seen a lot of players hunt back there behind the goal line on the power play, and it'll be interesting to see as the game goes along if they get more chances, if they'll continue to put Doogie back in that spot.
Yeah, I'd prefer to be on my offside, one-time side on a 5-on-3.
Nearham gets one towards net. Oh, the puck came out, and St. Cyr came across with his right pad to keep it out.
If his skate was a size smaller, that's a goal. Well, I take back that the 5-on-3 were the best scoring chances for Arizona State. Here's the best scoring chance of the night for Eckerly. Dylan St. Cyr, again, does such a good job getting across his crease, gets his toe out there, and saves the day with that play.
Well, Benji Eckerly was right on the doorstep, and you're right. He used every inch of that right skate to keep the puck out. There was a penalty at the end of the play as well. So Notre Dame's going to get a chance to go on the power play for the first time tonight. It's given away. This puck cleared down, and St. Cyr will go to play it. Here comes Alex Steeves through center. Had the opening goal for Notre Dame. Tyson sends it out high for Stasny. Steeves takes a look, fires. Pat saved that time. Rebound try from Tyson, and Brady's able to keep both out. This puck then is whacked all the way down the length of the ice. St. Cyr watches it hit the wall behind his goal. Alex Steeves trying to bring the puck through center ice. Pavanka sends it down for Brady. Tries to ring it around, hops there with the stick of Michael Graham and back out to center ice, where Matt Hellickson is waiting for the Irish. He'll spin in his own zone, get it up ahead to Landon Slaggert. Sends it into the opposite corner. Graham Slaggert, older brother of Landon, tracks it down, has the puck again. 45 seconds left. Lieberman with his head up, shoots, deflected into the glove of Brady, and he freezes it.
Alex Steeves with a great scoring chance here. He tries to pull the puck, hit Colin Tyson's stick, but Colin Tyson doesn't get anything on it, but he's able to recover, get the rebound, and get a second opportunity on this power play.
Well, we saw Evan DeBrouwer last night in game 1 for Arizona State. Played pretty well, only allowed the 3 goals, made 31 saves, but they give the freshman Cole Brady, who's been pushing DeBrouwer, who was the full-time starter last year, another chance tonight against Notre Dame.
And there's nothing wrong with healthy competition, Tony.
And each goaltender has played 425 minutes exactly coming into tonight's game, so it's been a 50-50 split through the first month or so of this season. Lieberman, defenseman for Notre Dame, carries the puck below the goal line, banks it off the wall out to Hellickson. 15 seconds left on the power play. Freshman Landon Slaggert already has 1 goal, connects with his brother Graham. Sends now a puck towards the net where he's looking for Janicki, and then Slaggert gets it back. Out high for Hellickson. Time winding down on the power play as Hellickson fires one wide. Penalty is over as the puck glides through onto the stick of Hellickson. Sends it back towards the slot for Slaggert. And it's finally settled down by the Sun Devils in their own zone.
Notre Dame's continuing to stay active as their defensemen are jumping in, getting shots. I know that was a power play, but they're still doing a very good job of that.
3 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the opening period. Tony Simeone with Kendall Coyne, Schofield on a Friday night in South Bend. Great centering feed that time to Jax Murray, who turned and shot one. And St. Cyr was able to again keep out of the net. Through center comes Jake Pavanka. Tries to weave his way towards net. Good work that time by Gavito Janssen, senior defenseman, to knock him off the puck. Now Janicki. Beg your pardon, Max Ellis fires one across. This time Pavanka takes a shot that Brady is able to handle and freeze. Well, get so excited. The new original series, Saved by the Bell, is streaming now exclusively on Peacock. Bayside is back with new students, new stories, and some very familiar faces. Sign up at peacocktv.com and start streaming now.
Well, Tony, you mentioned Max Ellis, and I want to point out that he has a promotion to the second line as Lansdell is out tonight.
Max Ellis has played really well in his second year with Notre Dame as a sophomore. As Pierce Crawford has the puck, and he winds one that goes just through the paint and all the way around. Nate Klurman tried to get one through. It was knocked down and finally taken by Jack Judson for ASU. He's able to get the center line, send it down low. Chris Grando had it for a moment, then Sanchez takes the lick. Klurman off the wall for Crawford. Pierce Crawford sends it to the opposite side for Spencer Stasny, who will send it down low and then go to the bench for a change. Judson shoots from distance. St. Cyr quickly gloves it and moves the puck. Up ahead for Steve as the Irish top line is back on the ice.
Well, Arizona State has relied heavily on their third and fourth line, or as they label them, for offensive production. When you're down 2-0, you need to look to those traditional first two lines to get your team back in the game.
Yeah, it's been a quiet season so far for the top lines. Third line has really been the difference maker. Contributed 5 of their 6 goals last night. Graham out towards the line for Wraith. He'll shoot, deflected that time off the skates of Michael Mancinelli. And it's out to center ice. 90 seconds left here in the opening period as Brady comes out to glove it. And then we'll catch our breath. Both goaltenders already made a lot of saves so far tonight, Kendall. Brady has 15 saves. St. Cyr has 14. They've been tested here tonight.
Yeah, they have been, and I think I wouldn't expect anything differently after the amount of goals we saw last night, the amount of chances, and then especially with how active the defensemen are being for Notre Dame. They're shooting the puck, and that's what they need to continue to do.
Good face-off win results in a one-timer from Lieberman that Brady has to kick aside. Now this shot's deflected by Janicki towards net, and again, Brady has to make the stop. Slager below the goal line. Hands it off to Hellickson. He'll carry it behind the net. Matt Hellickson tries to go back door looking for Slager, and a good interception that time by Kamunzis. Sun Devils break it out the other way. Here's Copperud. Pulls, holds, shoots, gets towards net. The rebound try is in. Jordan Sandu was on the doorstep, and ASU has cut the lead in half.
Well, this looked a lot like a goal we saw last night, and we saw in the open an organized entry by Arizona State. Matthew Copperud tries to put the puck on net. An unfortunate bounce. He kind of whiffs at it, and Jordan Sandu is in the back door to put it home.
It looks like it was 19. It may have gone off the skate there at the very end of Graham Slager, 18 in white for Notre Dame. We'll see who they officially give it to. Right now it is Sandu. And that's a huge goal for the Sun Devils in the final minute here to make that a one-goal game before intermission.
And that's why you always drive the net. When you have a clean entry like that, someone has to go to the net. And usually the person who goes to the net gets rewarded like Sandu did there.
First goal of the season for Sandu. Junior forward. Had an assist last night as Brady makes the save. Played with Walker and Sanchez last year, so had 18 points. And does well to make this a one-goal game.
Well, and Tony, we talked about it. We said one of the first or second line needs to step up for Arizona State with a 2-0 deficit, but it was that third line, which has been really the first line over the last few weeks for Arizona State.
Yeah, they are a third line in name alone, I think, at this point. Sandu, Copperud, and Kamunzis has been their best line the last 2 weekends. And they see a lot of ice time as well.
And they have the points to prove it.
They have earned their way on the ice, that's for sure. As we wind down the final 20 seconds here of the opening period, Stastny sends one from distance, wide of the net. Clerman down low for Bakic. He'll shoot. 5 seconds left. Goes into the corner. Stastny in a battle. Tied up this time by Niram. Ellis will shoot, and an arm is up here for a penalty. Well, there's an arm up for a penalty. I think they're going to sort this out and call a penalty that'll be issued to start the second period.
Notre Dame penalty number 25, 2 minutes for charging.
It's going to be on Solak Bakic. So Bakic takes a penalty in the final minutes, and it'll result in an ASU power play in the second.
Well, there's no puck in sight when Solak Bakic went into that hit with Jacob Wilson, and so the ref's going to call it every time if there's no puck in sight.
So Notre Dame and Arizona State will head to the lock.
We saw it there on Jordan Sandu's goal.
Well, here are the numbers from the opening period. The one that sticks out to me is just the simple fact that Notre Dame had 21 shots in the opening period. That is a ton. Really, both goaltenders were tested quite a bit in that first 20 minutes.
They were, and I thought Arizona State's best opportunities came off their 5-on-3 and 5-out-and-4 chances, but Dylan St. Cyr did a phenomenal job keeping the puck out of the back of the net.
Important to remind you as well that Solak Bakic took a penalty in the final second, a charging call that results in a power play to start this second period for the Sun Devils. They already had 2 power plays, including a 5-on-3, and they came up empty in a season in which they are now 1 for 24 on the power play. They are desperate for a goal on this advantage.
Someone has to get this power play off the snide, Tony.
Well, they get a chance here as they set the puck in the offensive zone. Here's Wilson shooting. That one deflects just past St. Cyr and into the corner. Michael Graham trying to get the puck out for Notre Dame. It's held in for a moment and then driven down the length of the ice by Jake Pavanka. No, with every passing power play that does not get converted, like you said, Kendall, do you think they start gripping the stick a little bit tighter, thinking that it's just not going to go their way?
Yeah, and it's a privilege to be on the power play, so you don't want to let your teammates down. You're out there, you want to be successful, you want to obviously tie this game up if you're Arizona State. So you do start gripping your stick a little bit tight and start forcing passes that aren't necessary.
Sun Devils trying to set things in the offensive zone. Wilson has it at the blue line, goes down low for Michael Mancinelli, the freshman. Back out high now for Judson. Goes across for Matthew Coppera. Had 2 goals last night in a 3-point outing in that 6-3 win. One-timer from Wilson. It's broken up by Graham Slaggert, then he backhands the puck out of the zone.
That block by Graham Slaggert got the bench going down here, Tony. I can hear him loud and clear.
You can see right there the numbers that we alluded to earlier. They have just been snake-bitten on the advantage this year. And the chances this weekend really have not been all that threatening either. Grando played it ahead for Sanchez. As a new power play unit comes on the ice, came out to center. It's taken by Nate Clerman. He'll do the duty of sending it back down the other way. Just 10 seconds left. So far, so good for this Notre Dame penalty kill. Up ahead for Sean Doogie. 5'3", 150, skates it and sends it around the boards. Out high, this is Semick trying to shoot one. Pavanka gets it ahead out of the box, and now Tyson off the bench. Here he comes, 1-on-none, and he hit the crossbar. Heavy metal for Colin Tyson.
What a block by Jake Pavanka. Well, the power play just expired. Jake Pavanka makes a great block and hits Colin Tyson coming off the bench as that penalty expired. And it hits the post.
Now Tyson with a grade A opportunity on Brady. This is a guy who had a hat trick against Wisconsin last weekend and nearly had the 3rd goal of the night for Notre Dame. As you mentioned, though, Pavanka's the one that really got that started.
He ended that penalty kill with a block shot.
Did well to set up Tyson, and the power play struggles continue for ASU. Do not score a goal, and then it nearly led to a breakaway chance for Tyson and a goal for the Irish. Back to 5-on-5 skating here as Murray takes the puck across the center line, takes a hit, And a whistle, I believe, for offside will stop play. Both Notre Dame and Arizona State in the midst of this unique season in which obviously class is now out of session for Notre Dame because they had to move the season up. You see some recent players that graduated as well and got their degree. Cal Peterson, Andrew Ogilvie, Dennis Gilbert all came back, finished up their degrees because of the unique offseason in the professional ranks. And that's a point of pride for Jeff Jackson and his club with that 100% graduation rate they're now boasting, Kendall.
I think that's one of the most important statistics we'll put up all night. And we read about Cal Peterson coming back here, taking 9 classes to finish his degree before the NHL season returns. Well done.
Been a real point of emphasis with Jeff Jackson and his entire coaching staff. And he's talked about the kind of player you have to recruit and attract to Notre Dame. They've got to be competitive on the ice and in the classroom. And really, that's a great testament, that graphic right there, like you said, all those players coming back when they have the opportunity to get that degree.
And what's so special about what Notre Dame does is if a player leaves for the NHL, or they allow them to come back and honor their scholarship to finish school.
Really impressive stuff from the Irish Hockey Club as they boast that 100% graduation rate. Charlie Wraith sends the puck towards net. Didn't quite get all the way through as Jordan Sandu settles it down for the Sun Devils, and back they come the other way. Despite the power play struggles, ASU's done just fine with even numbers so far this weekend. 6 goals last night in a 6-3 victory in Game 1, riding a 3-game winning streak after a sweep last weekend against Wisconsin. Shot from Matthew Copperud goes just wide. Here is the really best line for the Sun Devils the last 2 weekends on the ice right now as the puck goes offside, as Jacob Wilson couldn't quite hold it in. And the faceoff will come out to neutral ice.
If we watch Matt Hellickson here, what he does such a good job, he follows the person that he's supposed to stay with. He gets a stick back, but he comes all the way up, stays man on man, and stays with his guy throughout the entire shift.
Notre Dame defensemen have really been on full display this weekend as Jacob Wilson, defenseman for ASU, sends a good hit on Janicki up along the wall. Graham Slaggert centers for Janicki. His drive goes wide of the net. Puck comes back out to center. The speedy Sean Doogie tracks it down for ASU. Here he comes from distance, firing one on St. Cyr, and he has to kick aside. Wilson then holds it in, connects with Doogie, and he gets a quick shot on St. Cyr that again he has to come out and make the stop.
Well, Sean Doogie, he's hungry for his first point, as we mentioned earlier.
Doogie's got plenty of pedigree, just hasn't quite found the offensive rhythm with ASU quite yet. This one's tipped on net. Almost got past Brady. He had to throw his right pad at it to make a stop.
It was redirected by Michael Mancinelli there.
Almost some self-inflicted damage from the Sun Devils. Instead, it remains a 1-goal game here. Just a little bit less than 5 minutes gone by here in the opening frame. Nate Klurman, the captain, sends one wide. Goes into the corner. Wilson tracks it down and backhands it for Jacob Semick. Sophomore sends it through center ice, looking for the freshman Ryan O'Reilly. His puck is whacked up out of play and into the empty seats.
Well, 3 feet inside the blue line, 3 feet outside the blue line are the most important areas on the ice if you want to eliminate turnovers. Right there was a failed attempt by Notre Dame, which leads to the second opportunity for Sean Doogie.
How about that save by St. Cyr? Had to really react quickly, and he was aggressive coming out the top of his crease to make that save.
He was, and he eliminated a lot more options that Sean Doogie could have had if he didn't come to the top of his crease.
This is the best I think St. Cyr has looked this season, Kendall, in his 3rd start after 2 losses against Wisconsin on the opening weekend. He's looked really sharp tonight.
Well, 2 losses and 5 goals against and getting pulled in that second game. That keeps you hungry, that keeps you motivated and mad and wanting to get back in that crease and prove that you can be a starting goaltender for Notre Dame.
Now, the sophomore Ryan Bischel picked up the 2 wins in the sweep against Michigan last weekend for Notre Dame. Got the start last night and was pulled after a similar performance to the one St. Cyr was pulled for, with giving up 5 goals last evening, as Steves drags his way through, fires one that deflects off the window and comes back out towards the line. Zach Pluzinski able to get to the puck, play it for Charlie Wraith. In hot pursuit is James Sanchez, who takes the puck away. Transfer from Michigan. Works his way down to the goal line, centers it, deflects all the way through. Jared Gorley sends it down below the line. Gets it onto the stick to Willie Neerum. Gorley across this time for Judson. Judson down low into the corner it goes. Eckerly is there. Sun Devils keep the pressure on, trying to work on this shift midway through the second period.
Pierce Crawford just dumped Janssens on the blue line there. The bench got going after that hit.
Then does well to get the puck out to the neutral zone, but only for a moment, as Eckerly then avoids a big hit by Kluzinski. Wraith tracks down the puck, and here is Crawford trying to clear.
Looks like the physicality is picking up here, Tony.
These two teams now very familiar with each other. In their fifth period in about 24 hours. Neerum trying to go back door that time. Big whack just goes wide of the net. It was Eckerly on the doorstep. Now Jax Murray tracks it down. ASU spending some good time in the offensive zone. Wilson shoots, deflected, and never got through. Wilson back for Semick. Tired bodies on the ice now for Notre Dame as this shift continues to go. Semick down for Sandu in a battle with Wraith. It's taken away and held in. Another sharp angle shot by Wilson. Copperud tracks it down in the corner as the third line, the most productive this weekend, is working right now for ASU. Semick shot doesn't get through. Steves knocks it down. He's going to clear it, but this is going to be an icing call.
Well, with 20 shots on goal, Dylan St. Cyr has really kept Notre Dame in this game. What he's done so well is he's fought off second and third opportunities. Like we've already mentioned, he's not very big at 5'9", but he is so quick and he's so aggressive and competitive. He will always find that second and third puck if he can. And I have to give credit to the defensemen of Notre Dame as they have been doing a great job clearing out those second and third opportunities if he can't find them.
You see the numbers for St. Cyr. Great performance tonight. The one that got by him was a tough one as well. Notre Dame's used their timeout, Kendall, and I think it's a really necessary call because that was nearly, seemed like a 3-minute shift almost in the offensive zone for Arizona State.
And when you start seeing players not lifting up their skates and kind of squiggling around the ice like we saw, this is a great call by Jeff Jackson to give his players rest. This is a huge offensive zone faceoff for Arizona State. We saw 3 goals yesterday be capitalized off of faceoff wins and faceoff plays. So this is a great call by head coach Jeff Jackson.
Well, just to go back to Dylan St. Cyr for a quick moment. I know we talked about this last time in the Wisconsin series, but he, of course, has great bloodlines. Does Dylan St. Cyr, the son of Manon Rhéaume, who you're very familiar with, right? She worked with your youth hockey team. She was the first woman to ever play in an NHL game back in 1992 and was really a great influence in the hockey world.
And a great influence on my career as well. She was my coach. She was the first girl to play in the Quebec Pee Wee tournament, and then she brought the first all-girls team in 2004 when I went as an 11-year-old, as Manon was our coach, and that young man right there, Dylan St. Cyr, was our team mascot. He was 4 years old then.
And we saw that picture in the Wisconsin broadcast of him sitting in the middle of your team photo. And if he was playing against you, I can guarantee he got tested by one of the best.
He was playing forward, actually, too.
Okay. Did you ever pass to him?
A little bit.
I don't think that's true. I'm not sure. A goal scorer like you, unlikely to pass to the 4-year-old on the same line. Back through center. Puck is driven onto the stick of Matt Hellickson. He stretches it ahead for Landon Slaggert. Gets his stick on it, though, to avoid an icing, and the Irish go to work. Matthew Copperud. 8 goals in his, 8 points in his last 3 games. 4 goals for the freshman in his last 3, combined with Wisconsin last weekend, and then 2 last night against Notre Dame as this puck goes down for an icing call. It'll bring the puck back the other way. Well, we talked about a woman that trailblazed on the ice in Manon Rhéaume, but look at this, Kendall. This is the most recent news. We haven't talked about it yet, but you were recently named the first female player development coach in the NHL. So first of all, congratulations, and how does it feel?
Thank you, Tony. That means a lot. I didn't know this was coming, but I thought it was pretty special as I was preparing before the game. Landon Slaggert, a prospect of the Chicago Blackhawks, came up, introduced himself to me, and he said he looked forward to working with me. So I thought that was a nice touch, a nice welcome to the organization, and I'm extremely honored to join the Blackhawks.
And you saw, of course, Patrick Kane was the tweet we featured right there. He was one of the first ones to welcome you on social media, of course, and I know that everybody was really excited to see that announcement. Looking forward to the work you're going to do with not just the Blackhawks, but really with the NHL. To make that first step, it's going to open so many doors for so many others.
Thank you, Tony. I think that's what makes me the most excited. While I may be the first player development coach with the Chicago Blackhawks, I know I won't be the last. I'm equally as excited for the next.
And also excited that you still get to do these broadcasts with us. So really a win-win all the way around.
It is. It is. I'm very blessed.
2-1 here. Notre Dame has the lead. Tony Simeone with the gold medalist, Kendall Coyne Schofield, in the newest addition to the Chicago Blackhawks coaching roster. They're at the midway point between the Sun Devils and Irish, and what's been a really fun weekend series. 9 goals last night, if you didn't see the game, and already 3 in this one. And I think, Kendall, just watching the hockey so far this year, you might see a lot of games like the one we saw last night. I think scoring might be up this year, just with the unique circumstances and the unique travel that everyone's going through. You'd think maybe that the defense would be the part that would struggle with all that inconsistency.
Yeah, and to be honest, Tony, this has been a very long offseason. A lot of players have been spending time whether it's at their houses, in a rink here and there, and they've been shooting a lot of pucks. So this doesn't surprise me that we see a lot of goals, because I know I've been shooting pucks on empty nets more than I ever have before, because that's the only option I have, especially in the midst of the pandemic.
I never thought of it that way. That's a good point. People had basically 8 months to just work on their stick skills and really the offensive part of their game. So maybe that's ahead of the defensive part as well.
And most players have a broken down hockey net in the backyard, or their parents' garage, which is not highly advised to do. But there's a place to shoot pucks anywhere and everywhere. And so I think a lot of players have been doing that.
There's a takeaway by Pierce Crawford in the offensive zone for Notre Dame. Ryder Rolston, the freshman, from a sharp angle fires one that may have even caught a little bit of the post. Either way, Brady keeps it out. The puck sent towards the blue line. Hellickson works his way in. Now shoots, goes just wide of the net. Ricochets deflected towards Brady, and he shrugs his shoulder at it to keep this one out.
And those last 2 saves really shows where his 6'5" height comes in handy.
O'Reilly tried to pull his way through, couldn't do so, and Hellickson gets center and dumps it in.
You can see when he drops to that knee, he really doesn't have to move much because he covers so much of the net with his height.
Back through center comes James Sanchez. Gets into the slot. Good back check that time by Crawford to hinder the shot, and that'll stop play. 9 minutes, 25 seconds left. Notre Dame still up 2-1. Almost made it a 3-1 game thanks to Ryder Rolston, but Cole Brady able to keep him out.
I chose the nighttime aligners because it's so easy.
It's hard to find time to go to the dentist with a busy schedule.
I'm a mom.
And I have a full-time job, of course.
Phone calls, meetings.
Walking my dog.
Yeah, I'm pretty busy.
So I had no idea that you could straighten your teeth while you sleep.
Before you go to bed, pop them in.
Nighttime clear aligners work perfect with my schedule.
When I see myself, I think, wow, that's incredible. Goodbye, Gap. Hello, new me.
Hello.
Beautiful, right?
Real people, real stories, real results. Get started for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
Your journey requires Liberty Mutual. They customized your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Wow, that will save me lots of money.
This game's boring.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
You push your body hard in the name of fitness. Sure, it's for a good cause. But a good cause shouldn't mean sacrificing a good time.
Get your freedom tonight.
There's a look at Greg Powers, who is an Arizona State alum and also in his 6th season at the helm for this ASU team that has really stormed onto the scene, Kendall. They're making a name for themselves here in Division I hockey.
And after we spoke with Coach Powers, if there's one thing that stood out to me the most, it's his team culture that is very important to him. He finds guys that are going to buy into this culture, and what he said was he wants players to understand this is a once-in-a-life opportunity to help build a program, and it has to mean something to them. And I believe that these kids are showing that here.
The centering pass from Clermont that comes back onto the stick of Sanchez, and the Sun Devils settle it down in their own zone before clearing to center. And now it's taken away. This is Grando taking it into the offensive zone, shoots from a sharp angle. Stasny does well to head it out of the zone, and it's taken by Tyson. He lofts it back the other way. Jared Corley banks it off the wall, and it's out to center ice for Hellickson. When we talked to Greg Powers coming into this weekend, as this puck goes down for icing, and as you mentioned, wants people that can embrace the culture and be part of something special. They have a very special pyramid. I've heard about John Wooden's pyramid for success. This is a little bit different, Kendall. Look at that top part of the pyramid. That winning swagger is what they are all about and trying to strive for.
And we've seen it the last 2 weeks, and Coach Powers said he's a huge Pete Carroll fan, and he saw something similar to this in a book he read by them, so he wanted to create their own, and they live and die by this. It's in every player's stall, in their locker room, and you know what? I think this is a team that has bought into this culture, and that's what's going to make them successful.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier, they don't have all the flashy facilities, although they are getting one in a couple of years with that $115 million project. But he said he likes that he has guys that want to come and play and buy into this program.
I love what he said. He goes, there's glass, there's boards, there's ice. We can still play hockey.
That's all they need, as they have the puck in the offensive zone right now. Eckerly takes the puck behind the net, backhands it for Willie Neerum. Comes back out to the blue line, where Semick holds it in. This one goes towards the slot. Tipped by Eckerly towards net, goes behind the goal line, rolls around, and it's chipped out to center ice.
Notre Dame's doing a good job keeping Arizona State on the perimeter. Their shots have not been as challenging in this second period.
It really does seem like both teams have done a lot better defensively in this second period.
I would agree with you.
Shots are way down after both teams in double figures after one period of play. This one is driven towards St. Cyr, throws his arm at it. Stasny able to track it down, bank it out towards center ice. Tanner Hickey able to get to it, bank it off the wall, looking for Comunzis. Into the corner it goes. Crawford getting worked on by Copperud. Now they center one out front. Good stick that time by Ryder Rolston to break it up. Long range shot. Handled, now centered in front. Copperud to his backhand, and he scores! Matthew Copperud ties the game.
Well, this third line has been all over for Arizona State. They haven't stopped. Jordan Sandu does a great job down low, possesses the puck, and he finds the hottest stick on the team in Matthew Copperud in front of the slot. Right before that play, we saw Ryder Rolston come all the way down from his point to pick up the slot. There's a misassignment here by Notre Dame, which leaves Copperud wide open.
What a weekend for Copperud. Third goal that he's scored in this weekend series. Now 9 points in his last 4 games. He's done so much heavy lifting as Doogie shoots one off the faceoff that goes just wide for ASU. And after the 2-0 lead was picked up in the first 6 minutes by Notre Dame, they find themselves in a tied hockey game as ASU has battled back.
Well, after a 6-3 score last night, you had to assume that they were going to come back.
Some good resilience by the Sun Devils. Did not pack it in after the early goals, and now they're right back with an even ledger with 6.5 remaining here in the second. How impressive has Copperud, the freshman, been this weekend? I mean, he has just really popped off the screen when we've watched him.
He has, and I think when you see your top scorer and Johnny Walker out, you see it as a window of opportunity to step up and be that guy. And to do that as a freshman is very impressive.
And Denver, Colorado. And again, had a big weekend last weekend against Wisconsin, which really seemed to start this entire Arizona State team because they only scored 2 goals in their first 4 games. And then in their last 3 coming into tonight, they'd scored 17. And a big reason why is the guy you see on your screen. Matthew Copperud has really just jump-started this offense.
Well, and this team was just getting their feet wet in the Big Ten in this new kind of atmosphere that they're experiencing. So the first few games for a lot of teams weren't their best showing, I would say.
You figure as this season goes along, everyone gets used to playing in the empty buildings, playing with the different protocols. The hockey will start looking more and more familiar as the season goes along.
And the unfamiliarity with the unknown, I think, is what's really hard for these student athletes. Waking up, not knowing if something will be canceled, a class, a practice. If someone comes down with COVID, you know, they have to be willing to adjust and adapt in order to be successful.
Nate Klurman gloves that puck down. Gives it right back as ASU brings it back into the offensive zone. Pavaka able to settle it. Hands it off to Klurman. He lays it back for Stasi behind the net. He'll backhand one off the wall for Max Ellis. Goes cross ice for the freshman Grant Silanoff. He'll take his time in his own end. Looking for Elix off of his stick and back through center. Willie Neerum gets it across for Tanner Hickey, who shoots from distance. And St. Cyr makes the save. We talked about Copperhead last night. Had 2 goals, looked really good, Kendall.
He looked really good, and what I love about watching him play is he always wants the puck. He's in a position to score, he's finding space, he's finding seams, and he just is all over the ice. You want to play with a guy who wants the puck on his stick, and that's Matthew Copperhead.
That was a look at all 3 of his goals from this weekend. He's managed to tie the game here for the Sun Devils. See how Notre Dame responds as well. They got off to that quick 2-0 start. And last night, they were the team that was really chasing ASU and could never quite tie it up. They trimmed the lead to 1 on multiple occasions, but couldn't get even.
And it starts with an energy shift. They need to get back into the offensive zone and get an energy shift and create some more possession time.
St. Cyr had to kick one out right off the faceoff that time, and then he gloves one from distance from Gavito Janssens. It does seem like the momentum has swung in the direction of the Sun Devils here in this second half of the second period.
It definitely has, and I think if you're Notre Dame, you want to look to your veteran players, some of those defensemen, that first line to really help get the momentum back for this team. We saw Alex Steves help get his team on the board earlier. Someone else has to step up.
Here's a shot that was through the slot, headed for Jax Murray's stick, but it's just past him and into the corner. Irish looking to track it down in their own zone. Graham Slaggert getting worked on by Neerum in the corner. 2v2 battle develops as Eckerly comes to support. And Charlie Wraith for Notre Dame tries to backhand it behind the net, but it hit one of the referees. Settled down and finally comes out to center ice. Whacked in as the Sun Devils go for a change. Landon Slaggert, 3rd round pick of the Chicago Blackhawks in the most recent draft, drives it around for his brother Graham Slaggert. Kamunzis settles the puck down along the wall and now will skate it out of his own end. Demetrius Kamunzis takes it all the way in, gets a good shot on St. Cyr that pops in and out of his glove. Giveaway behind the net as Mancinelli gained possession for a moment for the Sun Devils. Finally, Notre Dame able to settle it, and Lieberman connects with Tyson, who bursts it out of his own end. Oh, he snapped his twig. Oh, and then he played it with a broken stick.
They're going to call him for it, Tony.
Well, that was a really unfortunate break, Kendall, because the stick snapped, and then he almost on his follow-through immediately with his reaction made contact.
2-minute minor playing with a broken stick.
That's a really tough call, Tony. You said it. His stick snapped, and I don't think he knew it broke right away. I think he thought, I got to get this puck deep. I got to get this puck deep, and he did everything he could, and it just snapped, and he barely touched it. But they teach you that as kids. Once your stick breaks, you got to drop it.
That almost looked like it was on the natural follow-through, like the puck had just happened to be right where the broken edge of the stick was.
Well, and the way the sticks are made these days, they break so easily. Case in point.
Unbelievable. Not sure I've ever seen that. Results in a power play where ASU has struggled tonight. 0 for 3. So now just 1 for 25 on the season, converting at 4%. This has been the one area of their game they have really struggled with. get the puck into the offensive zone and try to go to work now. They give it away. Stasny able to take it and clear it the length of the ice.
That was a good step by Michael Graham on the half wall, which led to that clear by Notre Dame.
See the woes continue. Fourth crack at it, though, for Arizona State, now playing in a tie game. They would love to break out of that power play slump now. Take their first lead of the night. Sanchez holds it and connects with Semick. Copperud working on a 3-goal weekend. Back for Semick. Now Sanchez back for Copperud. Works his way in, shoots, and ASU has the 3-2 lead. The talented freshman Matthew Copperud does it again.
Well, this is exactly what Arizona State wanted, was to score on the power play, and they moved the puck so well on the top of the perimeter from Sanchez to Simic, back to Copperud, and he makes a great shot on net. Traffic in front. Just a great goal.
What else can you say about Matthew Copperud? He has just been on fire the last 2 weekends.
Yeah, and Nick Lieberman might want to get out there just a little bit quicker, try and get in front of that block shot. It's a tough play when you're rotating on the penalty kill, but at the end of the day, that was a great shot by Copperud.
6 goals in his last 4 games for Matthew Copperud. The freshman has broken out in a huge way against Wisconsin last weekend, and now Notre Dame. 5 points in each series thus far. Unbelievable. And ASU, for the first time tonight, has the lead.
And Notre Dame's not going to be happy with that penalty call, so they got to find a way to get the momentum back, get on the score sheet, tie this game up, so they can reset.
Here's Ryder Rolston, 1-on-3, pulls and drags through his leg before getting a pretty good shot that just went wide of the net. Now it's banked off the wall for James Sanchez, coming the other way, throws on the brakes and cycles it down low to take the 2-goal lead after 40 minutes of play.
And if you're Notre Dame, some of those penalty calls you can't control. You can't be frustrated by them. You have to focus on what you can control, and that's coming out in this third period, ready to go.
Well, it'll take us to the second intermission here at the Compton Family Ice Arena. Have a chance to see a PFT segment where Mike Florio and Peter King preview the Rams Cardinals and Browns Titans. Then we'll take a look at some of the stats and the highlights from that second period of play. A period dominated by the Arizona State Sun Devils. They entered trailing by 1. They leave with a 2-goal lead thanks to the stellar freshman Matthew Copperud. Almost ready to start the third period here in South Bend, but first let's go inside the glass to Kendall Coyne Schofield.
Well, the 2 freshmen up for Arizona State have been lights out. And when you have freshmen playing with that much confidence, it shows that this team has great leadership and great culture. Matthew Copperud and Ryan O'Reilly have been dynamic. They have an innate ability to score. They have a shooter's mentality every time they get the puck. And you can just see the knack they have for the net. The future is bright. The sun is shining for Arizona State with these 2 freshmen.
Well, it's been a really great display tonight from these freshmen, as you pointed out, and look at what they've done this weekend. They're a +6. I mean, they have been not just the best freshmen on the ice, Kendall. They've been, I think, some of the best players on the ice, period, going up against a really talented Notre Dame team.
Oh, they have been the best players on the ice, no doubt about that, Tony. And I think if you're an upperclassman, you're inspired by them. You want to help support their, their cast that they've been lights out. It's amazing to watch.
It's going to be a very interesting first 5 minutes of this third period, I think, Kendall, because Notre Dame seemed to really be in control after that first period. Remember, they led 2-0 just about 6 minutes into this. And then about the midway point of the second, Sun Devils turned it on in a big way, picked up those 3 goals. And this is a really good Arizona State team looking for their 4th straight win right now.
Notre Dame needs to get the puck. They need to get it in the offensive zone. They need to possess the puck and not force any turnovers.
Ellickson shoots the puck towards the slot, was tipped towards net, but intercepted that time by Jack Judson. Comunzi's tried to get it out. Taken by Landon Slaggert. Landon Slaggert carries it in. Brady shrugs it off. Second one hit the outside of the post from Janicki. There's a loose stick on the ice as Janicki lost his twig. It's sitting in the paint, and he goes to retrieve it.
It's a good chance by Slaggert, though. That's what you want if you're Notre Dame. Keep shooting the puck.
Klerman back through center. Tyson tried to connect with Graham. It's up ahead for Riley in a foot race that Spencer Stasny for Notre Dame is able to win as he skates back and possesses the puck. Touch pass through center to Michael Graham. Across for Tyson. He shoots. Brady able to shrug it off and keep the puck out. As this game has gone along, Cole Brady has looked really still and calm in net.
What's impressed me the most is his rebound control. I think you saw that on those last 2 chances. Those were great shots. However, he didn't possess any second opportunities for Slaggert.
When you watch him out there, I mean, he is one of those goaltenders that doesn't do a lot of extra moving, Kendall. He is really still and just seems always at peace in the crease.
He doesn't need to at 6'5". He really doesn't have to move much, but when he does move, he can move, and I think that's what's so impressive about Cole Brady and what impressed the New Jersey Devils when they drafted him.
Yeah, 5th-round pick in 2019. And he's been the one that's been pushing Evan DeBrouwer, who started all but 4 games last year for Arizona State. Tells you a lot about how Brady must have come into camp and is pushing the veteran goaltender.
Well, when we talk about Matthew Paparad and Ryan O'Reilly being impressive freshmen, so we failed to mention about Cole Brady as well.
They are set for the future here at ASU and looking to take care of the present as well. 2-goal lead over the Irish as Lieberman gloves the puck down at the blue line, sends one towards Brady, and he is able to hold his post and has that puck somewhere in his equipment for another save.
Well, Tony, Cole Brady looks a little shooken up on that shot. He's still down. He looks like he got it in the arm, but we'll see if he comes back. Again, we talked about his height. You see, he does such a good job sealing that post, and it's almost impossible for someone to find an area when they come in on the strong side. But keep an eye on him. He didn't look okay after that shot.
Keep an eye on the ASU goaltender as this third period goes along. Hellickson fires one through that he's able to glove, and a little bit more than 2 minutes into this one, Kendall, the message seems pretty clear to Notre Dame. Get the puck on Cole Brady.
Get the puck on Cole Brady and get in front of him so he can't see it. That's too easy. Good shot by Hellickson. It got through. The next step is getting eyes and bodies in front of him.
Hellickson again off another face-off win. Sent one towards the net that went just wide, and ASU is able to clear their own zone. Puck back through center, onto the stick of Grant Silanoff. Silanoff pivots along the goal line, back out for Lieberman. His shot from distance goes just wide. Hellickson comes down from the blue line to hold it in. Silanoff battling for it, whacks it down low before Gorley gets there. And he'll lay it off onto the stick of Jack Judson, who can skate out easily with Notre Dame changing lines. Ryder Rolston gains center, fires it in. Brady was thinking about playing it and then saw Colin Tyson bearing down, so he sits on it. It's been an interesting season so far for Notre Dame, Kendall. Picked up the sweep last weekend against Michigan, number 4 in the country, but on the opening weekend, you see against a very good Wisconsin team, and they lost twice, and then last night lost against Arizona State. They haven't had it so far here this season at home.
They're still looking for their first home win, and I don't know, does that have a little bit to do with the lack of energy in the building, not seeing the band, not seeing their classmates in the student section? It might have something to do with it, but on Arizona State's side, you know, they've been on the road for 22 days. That's something to exploit as well.
It's funny, Arizona State playing all these road games. We were talking before the game. That could be something that works in their favor because they might not know what all these buildings are like when they're full, as Alex Steve shoots one from a sharp angle. Now Tyson centers one out in front as Kamunzis tracks it down and skates it out the other way. Puck in the corner as Tyson tips it back for Nate Klerman. 2 Sun Devils bearing down on him as James Sanchez provides some pressure. And Arizona State takes it away, and Kamunzis will skate it back into the neutral zone.
Well, expect Arizona State to set up in a trap kind of formation here, kill time off the clock, protect this 2-goal lead.
They had a few 2-goal leads last night. Notre Dame was able to trim it to 1 on 3 occasions, but unable to tie at any point. As Max Ellis skates the puck into the zone, back out to the blue line where Lieberman shoots. Puck never got through. Knocked down and onto the stick of the freshman, Ryan O'Reilly. Notre Dame takes it back. Solog Bakic drops it back for Matt Hellickson. He slides one ahead for Pavanka. Cross ice towards Ellis. Goes under his stick and ricochets off the wall. Good battle here as the puck comes out towards the line. O'Reilly tracks it down and connects with Gavito Janssens. And then the Sun Devils ice the puck.
They're going to get a too many men here. Great call by the officials. There were 6 players on the ice. Oh, scratch that, Tony.
I think they just called icing, yeah.
Yeah, they just called icing. I thought there were 6 players on the ice, but that's still a great call on the icing because it was right on the red line, and oftentimes the officials let those ones go, but that's a great call.
It just seemed like Janssens was a step behind the center line, so had not gained center. Sent it below the goal line. That's good for icing. As now O'Reilly does gain center, get it down low, and ASU gets that change they wanted. Trevor Janicki had it for a moment. Lost it. Stasny up ahead for Landon Slaggert. Collected his first career goal earlier tonight, and Brady's able to keep that one aside.
Second scoring chance of the period for Landon Slaggert.
On a line with Trevor Janicki and his brother Graham Slaggert as the puck's almost given away. Landon Slaggert had it for a moment and was just out of his reach and cleared by Jared Gorley. Spencer Stasny for Notre Dame gloves it down and gets it ahead for Janicki. He drives it around the wall, goes into the opposite corner. Mancinelli sends it back towards center ice where Lieberman settles the puck. Pavanka getting worked on by Sean Doogie right in front of the ASU bench. Ryder Rolston takes it in, goes around the net. Rolston with some speed. Drops it off for Hellickson. Notre Dame defenseman goes below the goal line. Pavanka tried to backhand it down low, intercepted and cleared out by Semick. Six minutes gone by here in the final period. Rolston backhands it in front for Graham, just out of his reach. Clerman gets to the puck. Graham now takes it below the line with his head up, out for Lieberman, fires a shot, and Brady again calmly makes the save.
Well, Jacob Pavanka does a great job protecting the puck, waiting for reinforcements. Someone who has impressed me so much tonight is Ryder Rolston. He comes off the bench, he supports Jacob Pavanka, and he creates this offensive zone possession shift for Notre Dame. They need to build off this shift. They need to contain the energy that they can from every offensive zone chance that they get.
You're right, Rolston has been really someone that has hopped off the screen tonight. Really a lot of good speed too, Kendall. Seems like whenever he gets a chance and has momentum, he's been putting a lot of pressure on ASU with his skating ability.
With his skating ability, his stick has been in a great spot each time he's been on the ice, and positionally, he's found himself in the right spot.
Notre Dame led 2-1 after the opening period. ASU battled back with 3 goals in the second, and that's where we stand now. 4-2, Arizona State looking for the sweep after a 6-3 victory last night in Game 1. Riding a 3-game winning streak after an 0-3-1 start to the season. And in their first 4 games only had 2 goals. Now in their next 4, they're up to 21 actually rather, as this puck is not going to be an icing call. Alex Steeves able to beat it and get to it first.
That's a home ice advantage play right there. You can tell they know the boards, they know the bounces, where to put the puck. That was a great pass by Colin Tyson.
And now a whistle that stops play.
Well, that stretch pass, that was a design play. It was, the ref put his arm up for icing, but Notre Dame knew 100% that was not going to be icing because they beat out Arizona for that puck, and which led to this offensive zone face-off, which is critical when you're down 2 goals.
And you mentioned knowing the home ice and the bounces. That's something Arizona State will have to battle the entire season. Playing an exclusively road schedule, every team they go against is going to have that little bit of extra insider knowledge.
But to Arizona's defense, they have been here a few days earlier if they were going back and forth, so they've had 3 days of practice here at the Compton Family Ice Center.
And it's a good point. Arizona State being afforded the opportunity to set up in practice at a lot of these facilities because of the unique schedule. These Big Ten schools have allowed them to do so. So they are familiar with this rink, especially by game 2 on the weekend. Comunzies connects with Wilson. He gains center, sends it down low. And Nick Lieberman, first one to get there, gave it away. Oh, then a big hit as Graham Slaggert comes back to lay the wood on Comunzies. And this puck is iced as well. So it's 4-2 ASU, 2-goal lead. And Kendall, what if anything can Notre Dame do right now to bounce back against the Sun Devils? Because as you mentioned, they're going to set up that trap you were talking about. They've seemed really solid here in the first 8 minutes or so of this third period. How does Notre Dame attack this?
They need to keep skating. They need to keep making tape-to-tape passes and keeping the puck. They need to possess the puck in order to put the puck in the back of the net. So they can't be giving the puck away in the last 11 minutes here.
Dylan St. Cyr, Notre Dame goaltender, stops the puck behind his net, gets it out towards center, where Solon Bakic is waiting. Now Max Ellis weaving his way through, gets towards net. Now from below the goal line, sends one towards Brady, and he's again able to smother it and stop play. Another save for Brady, up above 30 on the night. It's been a high-octane series between these two teams. They've now combined for 15 goals in these 2 games, and there's still 11+ minutes left in the third period.
And I think what's so fun about what we're witnessing is the goaltending matchup, like we mentioned, between both teams. After these weekends, these goalies want to be defined as the #1, as the starter, but obviously support their backup in that position. But I don't think we have that answer yet here, Tony.
I mean, there's been 4 goalies on the ice this weekend, and to your point, neither for either team has made a declarative statement that that's their crease going forward. I think when both teams play next weekend, every goaltender is going to have a right to a start. It'll be interesting to monitor as we go throughout the season, though. Both still trying to figure out who will be that mainstay. As the puck trickles back into the Irish zone, freshman Zach Kluzinski looked to connect that time with Hellickson. Out of his reach, onto the stick of Tyson. Top line on the ice for Notre Dame as Tyson fires one that's blocked down by Semick. Puck comes out to the line where Lieberman holds it. Tried to connect with Michael Graham. It's taken away by the Sun Devils and cleared out to the neutral zone. Alex Steves holds the puck, fires, and Brady again able to shrug that one off. Alex Steves has one of the 2 Irish goals tonight. The other one came from Landon Slaggert. Both came early in the opening period to give Notre Dame a 2-0 lead. And since then, 4 unanswered from ASU. Willie Neerum skates the puck into the offensive zone and fires one that deflects off the netting.
Well, Nate Klerman turns the puck over here, but you'll see Pierce Crawford come off the bench for reinforcement to make this a 2-on-2 and force that tough angle shot by Arizona State.
Crawford, the senior forward, doing well to break that one up. It's been a reliable forward for this team throughout his career for Notre Dame, as the Sun Devils win the faceoff and Gorley's shot is blocked by Rolston. There is Pierce Crawford. Only 1 goal a season ago, but it was a game winner in overtime at the Compton Family Ice Arena against Ohio State. This puck driven up towards center ice. Eckerly's there in a battle with Graham Slaggert. He just whacks it off the wall back into the Irish zone. It has been tough sledding for Notre Dame here in the first 10 minutes as ASU has really found a way to keep them on the periphery.
They have, but Notre Dame has had the puck, so that's a start.
Try to set up a forecheck here, and then Landon Slaggert and Janicki collide behind the goal. Both look all right as they hop to their feet and skate back the other way. Comunzies drives it into the Irish zone. Nate Klerman speeds his way out, gains center, and lofts it into the corner. Tanner Hickey gets there. Connects with Sandu. Up through center, tipped ahead by Copperud. Hellickson. Comunzies bearing down on him, able to turn and roll it around the wall for Slaggert. Landon Slaggert takes it through center ice. Up for Ellis with speed. Ellis works his way in, shoots. Brady able to make the save. Back onto the stick of Pavanka. In the slot, Pavanka shoots over the crossbar. Pavanka at the line, goes across. Stasny from an angle, rebound try from Pavanka. May have gone in, second whack is in. Notre Dame cuts the lead in half. It's now 4-3.
Well, Jacob Pavanka does a great job this entire shift, keeping the play alive, keeping possession. He goes down the half wall, you see on the left side of your screen, passes it completely cross ice, goes right to the net. First chance, he whacked at it, didn't go in. Second chance, he didn't give up. He puts it in the back of the net. But that shift started by hard work. You saw Ellis come in full speed, put a shot on net, and they continued their possession from that opportunity.
Well, the officials are going to review this. I think what Arizona State was looking for, that puck did not go in on that first shot by Pavanka. It clearly goes in on the second, but 25 Solak Bakic, Kendall, I think they're going to look at him for goaltender interference.
I would agree with you, Tony. I don't know if he completely impeded Cole Brady's opportunity to save that shot.
Well, the question, too, is was he maybe being pushed into the goaltender as well?
By Arizona State.
Right. There you see Pavanka, the goal scorer, and Bakic. Here's a look from above. You can see he's getting work done. Yeah, he gets pushed into the goaltender.
He gets pushed in.
It's Janssens that pushes Bakic in. So Arizona State was upset because obviously you can see Brady is impeded here, but because it comes from Janssens, I think that goal's going to stand, don't you, Kendall?
I do. I think that goal is going to stand because Arizona State pushes Bakic into Cole Brady. The only thing that they might look at is that elbow that was a little bit high on Brady at the end there.
Let's see if we get another chance. The officials are taking their time to get this one right. Oh, I see what you're saying. That right elbow from Bakic.
Right. That look makes me feel like it could be no goal, but...
Here we go. We'll get a call.
After further review, the call on the ice stands. We have a good goal.
Well, great work in the replay room to get all those looks of that review. And I think that what they determined is what we talked about, Kendall. Janssens was pushing Pavanka, I beg your pardon, Bakic into Brady. So any interference that they were looking for was caused by the Sun Devils defense. And as a result, the goal stands.
That's absolutely right. And if you're Notre Dame, you need to build off this. The reason that goal was created was because of the offensive zone time that they had that entire shift. They lost the puck, they got the puck back. They battled back for that puck, and Jacob Pavanka battled twice. He missed the first time, puck was right there. He went right to the net and put it home.
So now it's a one-goal game, and Notre Dame certainly has new life here as this puck is immediately iced, so it goes down the other way, and Notre Dame will get an offensive zone draw just like that. And now the top line's out there. Lengthy break for that review, too, so you can bring some fresh bodies on the ice here, and it'll be Graham, Steeves, and Tyson.
And you can see Cole Brady has a few remarks for the official on that faceoff, asking maybe what happened on that play.
Brady's certainly not happy as he took the lick from Bakic that took him out of the play. But the goal stands, and now it's a one-goal game as we approach the 8-minute mark here in the third period. Willie Nerum skating down below the Irish goal line. Now the puck connects with Lieberman. Steeves off the wall, sends it ahead for Tyson. And a hand pass is going to be called here.
I think Colin Tyson was looking for a call on that play. Obviously didn't get it. They got the hand pass call, though.
It's going to result in another offensive zone faceoff for Notre Dame.
And no surprise, Jeff Jackson elects to put Jacob Pavanka on the ice. One of the best center icemen in the league. One of the best faceoff percentages in the NCAA. Look like they're going to try and go back to Ellis on this play for a quick strike.
It's 13 for 18 tonight. Nearly 70% does win the draw. Ellis shoots, tips just wide of the net. Inches from tying the game. Hellickson holds the puck, shoots for Brady, able to make the stop, and the puck is cleared out to center ice.
A good redirect by Max Ellis there. Got to continue to get bodies in front, take away the eyes of Cole Brady.
Bakic over the blue line, sends it in. Gorley can't get the puck out. Held in, driven towards the slot where Pavanka tips it towards net. Now it's lofted high in the air, and Matt Hellickson able to settle it down for Notre Dame.
If you're Arizona State, you want to get the puck back here.
Klerman up ahead for Bakic. He whacks at it, and it's in! Tie game, thanks to Solog. Bakic.
Well, this play starts in the neutral zone with a good entry by the Irish. Jacob Pavanka finds Solak Bakic on the back door, and he finds a hole in the very, very tall Cole Brady. When he slides, that 5-hole opens up, and Bakic is able to put it home. But look at how well he fights off 2 players as he goes to the net.
Just the second career goal for Solog Bakic, and it ties the game in the 3rd period. Impressive resilience from both Arizona State and Notre Dame tonight. Both have erased 2-goal deficits, and now we're tied at 4.
And here you see Arizona State, they're going to get back to what makes them successful. They're going to get back on the forecheck. They're going to continue to outwork as much as they can.
And that line, as Bakic gets the goal, has this in a tie game with less than 7 minutes now. Puck underneath the goal line as Hellickson spikes it off the wall, looking for a way out. Graham Slager up ahead, off the wall. This is going to go down for icing. And the puck will come back in to the Notre Dame zone. Well, what a weekend, Kendall. I mean, 9 goals last night, 8 tonight. It's been some fun hockey on full display between these two teams.
It has been. You feel bad for these goaltenders. We all know that they're trying to battle it out for their #1 starting position, but you know, these skaters are not making it easy for the coaching staff or for the goaltenders. But it's been a phenomenal display of hockey by both teams.
Notre Dame looking to get a split. Arizona State hunting for the sweep as Wilson shoots off the faceoff, deflects into the far corner, and Trevor Janicki is the first one to get there for Notre Dame. Puck comes back through center. James Sanchez, the transfer from Michigan from a few years ago, gets it down low, and the Sun Devils go to work. O'Reilly down for Grando, centers it towards the middle. Chipped up high, and Wilson tracks it down. Now this shot is deflected by Grando, wide of the net, and the puck goes into the corner.
Arizona State really getting back on the offense here. You can tell they sat back when they had that 2-goal lead, and it didn't work. They need to get back on the offense.
Wilson shoots, doesn't get through. Grando rebound try, would not go. St. Cyr sprawling, able to keep the puck out. .540 left in regulation time as Wilson takes a shove from Klerman as the two captains come together. Now a stretch pass up to Steves. Ricochets off his stick and goes into the corner. Tyson down low for Alex Steves. Out high for Plazinski. Shoots, deflected, just wide of the net. Puck comes back out towards center ice. Gorley able to gain the line and send it down low. Tyson out of his own zone, skates it free. Crosses the blue line, now plays it for himself. Gorley takes a hit from Tyson. A battle behind the net. Coming out of the pack is Benji Eckerly. He'll send it up ahead as Matt Hellickson retreats for the puck. Plazinski for Steves, tries to drive it off the wall. Onto the stick of Sandu. Steves takes it back. Fires a shot for Brady, gets his glove on it, but can't secure it. Back through center they come. Kamunzi's head up, looking to go across the ice. Deflected by Lieberman. Irish try to break it out the other way, but it's intercepted by Janssens. Now back come the Sun Devils. It's Kopperud. He's dangerous, and St. Cyr is able to make the save. Notre Dame has has tied the score at 4 thanks to Solog Bakic. Good finish coming up after this.
Matthew Copperod looking to maybe secure a hat trick here. There's not many hats in the building, but Nick Lieberman says no chance, makes a great back check. What was so great about that back check was the fact that he lifted up his stick. He didn't go over his stick. And then Dylan St. Cyr makes a great first and second and third save on this Grando chance.
It's been just a great night of hockey between these two teams. St. Cyr has been outstanding for Notre Dame with 33 saves. On the other side, Cole Brady has 39. They've each let up 4 goals, but they've been under siege by these two teams who have really put the pressure on it. And we should have an exciting final 4 minutes and 10 seconds. If you're just joining us, Notre Dame jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Arizona State scored 4 unanswered to make it 4-2. And then here in the third period, Notre Dame has tied the score with a pair of late goals. And if this does go to overtime, we'll go directly to a 3-on-3 overtime period. 5-on-5 is no more for this season. Go directly to the 3-on-3, which would be another exciting sight to see. Graham Slager in pursuit with his brother to his left. Gets wedged up against the wall by Gorley. Puck taken away by Landon Slager, the younger of the two. Takes it below the goal line, now spins, and looks out towards the blue line. Hands it off to Nick Lieberman. He drops it off for Max Ellis. Ellis skates his way through, shoots, and Brady calmly gloves it for his 40th save. Well, what a third period it's been. Kendall, they trailed by 2 to Notre Dame coming in. Great resilience to tie the score. Great resilience, and you know they were in the locker room, and they are still looking for their first win at home, and they're playing with that pride. Jacob Ivanka gets the team on the board in the third period and then makes another great play to Solak Bakic for the second goal of this period. And then the chance from Copperod just before the break was an opportunity for ASU to possibly retake the lead at 5-4, but as you mentioned, Lieberman with a great back check, and then St. Cyr finishing it off to keep it out of the net. Now we come down the stretch in a tie game. Pavanka passes the puck through center, taken by Gorley. Looking up ahead for Jax Murray, and now Gorley backhands it into the Irish end. Hellickson with time and space to exit his own zone. Gets it for Bakic, who has the big game-tying goal, second of his career, after a 1-goal freshman campaign a year ago. Benji Eckerly brought the puck out in tight quarters in front of his own crease, but able to get the job done and get it out into the Irish end. .220 left in the third. Spencer Stasny up to the neutral zone, looking for Tyson. Tried to tip it towards Graham. Intercepted by James Sanchez. And he circles back in his own zone. Comes Hickey. Drives it around the wall. Sanchez, first one to get there, sends it right back. Taken away by O'Reilly. Along the wall. Pivots and sends it down low. Here's Grando. Getting worked on by Steves. Puck goes behind the net. Klurman will send it the other way. Puck not out yet, as Klurman is in a battle with the Janssens. Stasny up for Steves. Cross ice for Tyson. He has space. Pulls, drags, and he fans on the shot.
It's a great chance, though, at the end of a shift to try and capitalize on a cross ice pass.
Tyson goes off. New line comes on. 1:20 left here in the third. Wilson up for Kamunzis. Hellickson tips it to Pluzinski. Up ahead for Graham Slager. Connects with Janicki. Trevor Janicki finds Hellickson trailing the play. Shot didn't get through. Janicki now brings it out towards the line. Across for Hellickson. Takes it down, sharp angle, shoots, got on Brady, kicked it out. Another chance from Pluzinski is deflected up high in the air. Puck not cleared yet. A battle for it along the wall, and it's spiked out towards center.
Well, that rebound came right down Broadway. I think it kind of surprised Pluzinski there.
Brady able to keep another one out. Puck is steered out to center. Nick Lieberman slides it across. Long distance shot that Brady kicks aside towards the window. Again, spiked out into the Irish zone, where the captain, Nate Clerman, collects it. 20 seconds left in regulation. Lieberman up for Pavanka. Backhands it down low for Bakic. Out of his reach. Driven up towards the line. Lieberman holds it in. Makes a move with 10 seconds. Nick Lieberman shoots. Didn't get through. Got it backfired. And he scores! Nick Lieberman with 5 seconds left gives the Irish the lead.
Well, Tony, what was the key to Notre Dame's success today? It was offense from their defenseman. Nick Lieberman makes a shifty move at the blue line to shake one forward. He continues, he takes one shot, he gets that block, he stays with it, he pulls the puck, and he shoots it again right past Brady.
For Lieberman, it's his second goal of the season.
The previous play is under review.
And what a time to deliver what likely will be a game winner for Notre Dame.
And I think we're reviewing this goal for goaltender interference once again, Tony.
They did announce here they're going to review it. We already saw one review. If it stands, what a dramatic comeback for Notre Dame in the third. Let's see if there's any foul play in front here. Well, you can see Ellis was definitely near Brady in the crease. The question is he in the crease or blocking his view as the puck goes in?
If you look at his right foot, it looks like it is off the ice, and he is not in the crease until Arizona State pushes him in the crease. And that is after the shot was released.
Yeah, that's again where you have to have the discretion of anything Ellis was doing. Was it created by Arizona State possibly forcing him into the crease to impede Brady? That one, it's tough to tell because it does look like he gets a little nudge. But if he's in the crease and impeding Brady as the shot goes in, that could disallow the goal.
It could.
He's good right there. I think he's pushed in. If you look, that's a good look.
I think it's going to stand, Tony. I think he was pushed in.
If I had to bet, I would agree with you because he's pushed right there. And you can see he's also making an effort, it appears, to stop short of the crease to avoid impeding Brady. Now, the officials, as they should, are taking an extremely close look at this because it very well may be the game-winning goal. You see just 5.1 seconds left. Arizona State would need a miracle off of a face-off to tie this score if the goal stands.
Solek Bakic has been all over the ice tonight. He's really impressed me. I think from the first weekend we saw him against Wisconsin, he was on the fourth line that weekend, and he's worked his way up to the second. And I think he's proving here tonight why he's had that promotion to the second line. He's been in the review here on both of these goals.
Well, the other thing, too, Kendall, you talked about it in the open. How about the defenseman? Nick Lieberman is the one that scores the likely game-winning goal. They've gotten into the act and delivered just a huge, huge performance late in this game.
And yesterday was his first multi-point game of the season with 2 assists, and he's not slowing down. There was an impressive shimmy at the blue line, which caused him, the space and time to take that shot. The shot gets blocked. He stays with it, shoots it again. Very impressive play by Nick Lieberman.
You saw Greg Powers, you see Cole Brady, the goaltender. This would be a tough one to stomach for Arizona State after the way that they jumped ahead. There's a look at Jeff Jackson, the Irish head coach. They'd be thrilled to somehow get out of here with a victory in this one, as this review now is coming up on 3 or 4 minutes. Here's another look at it.
So you see Bakic, he's out of the crease right now. Arizona State pushes him in, and that's when he enters the crease. The shot is already gone in the net. For that reason, I think the goal is going to stand.
Yeah, you can see Ellis, too, at the top of the crease. When he gets shoved, we're going to get our call.
After further review, the play was onside, and we have a good goal.
Oh, there you go. It appears they were actually reviewing if it was an offside call. You could hear him reference when I think it was Pavanka that brought the puck in. But either way, the goal is going to stand. And now Arizona State has to do something special off the faceoff.
They're going to elect to pull Cole Brady and go with a 6-on-5 here. They scored with 11 seconds into the first period yesterday. They'll need some magic to do it in 5.1 seconds here in the third period tonight.
So Sanchez is out there for the faceoff. Doesn't win it. Stasny will take it back into his own zone. Almost gave it away. Puck comes out to the line. Big drive is wide, and that does it. Notre Dame with 3 third-period goals gets the win and the split against Arizona State. Nine goals in each game in this weekend series, Kendall. And what a comeback by the Irish in the final 10 minutes, scoring 3 goals to get the win.
What a comeback. And you're elated if you get your first home win. You're on a 6-game homestand. You split with a phenomenal team in the Arizona State Sun Devils. I think this was a fantastic weekend for both teams. And if you're Notre Dame, you're taking the momentum from this week and going into Ohio State next weekend.
Dylan St. Cyr did an excellent job in net for Notre Dame and got the win. We will step aside and come back to recap this one after this. Notre Dame wins 5-4. Back after this.